Alright, what's up guys? Ben, the athletic therapist, back with another video. We're here at XFit, one of the best gyms here in Montreal. Guys, we had this amazing video lined up for you with a professional athlete, but unfortunately we got stood up. It didn't work out, and that's okay, because this is the perfect opportunity to show you guys what I've been developing, some of the exercises that I've been working on, and I want to make an even crazier video, and that video is gonna be 10 exercises that you've never seen before from an athletic therapist. Here we go. Alright guys, the first exercise we have here is the asymmetrical wobble board squat. So we're gonna come on over here to the wobble board. We're gonna take a kettlebell. Okay, we're gonna go on the wobble board just like so. And basically what we're trying to do here is we're trying to balance. I'm gonna go down a squat, staying balanced, come up, and then I'm gonna switch hands. So I switch, I go balance, come down, and I come up, and I switch, and I do that every single time. So the purpose of that exercise is basically to work on a multitude of different things. We're working on balance, proprioception, coordination, while also kind of working on stabilizing on one side. So it's very, obviously it's a lower body exercise, but it also works on the core. This is very good for late kind of end rehab stages for anything related to lower body, whether it's ankle, hip, knee, and it's also very good for just general population if you want to give them a challenging and fun exercise. Alright guys, the next exercise we have, exercise number 2, is going to be floor lying asymmetrical barbell chest press. And basically to do this, we're going to go on the ground. Obviously it's easier if you have someone to assist you, but for the sake of the video, I'll show you without. You're going to go here, you're going to go make kind of a V with your legs, and you're going to lift up the bar and you're going to press. Okay, make sure the bar is straight, comes together as one, come down and press. Okay, we'll do that 10 times in total. Alright guys, as you can see, very interesting exercise there to work core anti-rotation as well as trunk stability while moving a load. So it's a very cool exercise, and I think if you try it out in more of like a warm-up scenario prior to doing like a heavy bench press, it's definitely something that could be interesting to add into your workouts. Alright guys, the third exercise on the list is standing resisted rotation. So for this exercise, I'm going to have Derek demo it with me. So to perform this exercise, you're going to start out with the arms straight, and you're going to start rotated to the side. And basically what we're trying to do is, Derek's going to try to rotate with his torso and his upper body, like almost like an arc motion, just come across, and then he's going to come back. So he's going to repeat that over and over. Now, the caveat to this is I'm going to resist him. So we're going to start over here, and I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to resist him. He's going to try to turn, 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 twist, twist, and we're going to come back. Go ahead, twist, 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 and come back. So we're going to do this a total of 5 times per set. Okay, so this exercise is very cool because it's a ground-based exercise that really focuses on transverse plane and rotational aspects. It really focuses you to engage your core. And the one thing that I do want to say from a trainer's perspective to keep in mind for this exercise is when you're having the client go through the movement, you want to make sure that you're not pulling and your pressure is along the line of the direction of where the stick is going. So you don't want to be pulling the stick, you really want to be resisting in the same direction as the motion. Alright guys, exercise number 4 is called standing horizontal abduction with external rotation. So what we're going to do for this exercise, as you can see, we have what's called a stand on the band setup. So basically, as you can see, I looped an elastic around this elastic. So there's a lot going on here, but I'll just show you quickly. Like I just tied the elastic and I just put it inside this other one, okay? So then I have the double elastic to stand on. Benefit of this exercise obviously is that it's a ground-based movement, and what we're going to do here, we're going to come stand and we're going to start internally rotated like this with my hands. We're not going to grab onto anything, but we're just going to twist with the wrist, and we're going to retract the shoulders, come back. Make sure that you keep the ribs down, come back and squeeze and come back. We're going to do this 10 times in total. Alright guys, for this exercise, the benefit of it is that it's a ground-based exercise, so you're standing with your feet planted as you're doing this movement, whereas other variations such as like a prone kind of rear delt fly or like even on the bench on your stomach, or standing and bent over, any of those variations, you're not getting the component of making sure that you're standing straight up, so you don't have as much spinal muscle involvement. And also, just for your guys' reference, like as you can see, it's kind of stuck on a hook here, but you can put it attached on a squat rack or something. It doesn't necessarily have to be in this setup. All right guys, exercise number 5, we have a curl to press with rotation. So to do this exercise, you're gonna find yourself a cable. What I like to do is use the rope just for simplicity. And basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna get right over the rope. You're gonna curl, press, and twist. Okay, you're gonna curl, press, and twist on the other side. Make sure that you extend your elbows each time, and we're gonna do 10 on each side. Like this, curl, press, and twist. All right guys, so the benefit of this exercise and why I really like it is because it's an upper body exercise that involves a strength component as well as a rotational component. So you have to move functionally to a certain extent, and you have to control a lot of things while moving a load. Now this is a very, very specific exercise for someone like that's a rugby athlete, for example, and within rugby, any of the forwards that are boosters, it's a very good move, kind of the people that lift up the person to get the catch there. Very, very good for that, so I would highly recommend it for those people. All right guys, the next exercise we have is the standing soldier rotation. So to do this exercise, you're gonna need a barbell. You're gonna stand with your feet planted straight forward. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab the barbell, you're gonna engage your core just before you lift. So I'm gonna engage, lift the barbell up, rotate, make sure everything is straight, and drop. So when you're doing it, you gotta make sure that this is straight, my chin's tucked in. Again, I lift, I twist, and I drop. And I'm gonna do that 5 times on each side. All right, so for this exercise, the benefit of doing it is, again, like I've spoken about with a lot of the previous exercises, it's a ground-based movement, which is really great. And it's an integrated movement, which involves many different elements. So obviously making sure that you have control over the load while you're going in a transverse plane, a rotational movement. The other thing to keep in mind here is that when I'm going in this movement, I gotta make sure that my feet are straight the entire time, and it's just my core that's being engaged. So it's a very challenging core exercise and a great one to give for people that are very advanced within the core realm. All right guys, so the next exercise we have, exercise number 7, is going to be the prone leg crush ball curl. So to do this exercise, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use a bosu here to make sure that we don't get in too much extension of the back. We're gonna make sure that I put my the ball between my legs here, and I'm just gonna lay over and squeeze the ball like so. So now I'm in the position. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze the ball for maybe 5 seconds, and then I can do a few micro reps just like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can squeeze. All right, so the cool thing about this exercise and the benefit of it is it's gonna get obviously the isometric component because you're holding and squeezing, and then as well you're gonna get kind of a little bit of a concentric component, and also, not to get too technical, but you're going to be working the end range of knee flexion. So when you're working the hamstrings in this range, I find it's very good for early rehab phase because you can control, the patient can control their own voluntary contraction, how much they want to do. And as well, you can also upgrade the exercise and also do it unilaterally. So if you find that one hamstring is imbalanced compared to the other, you can work them individually. Okay, so the next exercise we have is the PEC Fan. So how you're gonna perform this, you're gonna need a cable. Basically, you're gonna start with your palm facing down with the cable. You're gonna bring it towards midline, so really in the center of the body, and you're just gonna go up into flexion and down towards your body. And up, keeping it in midline, and down. And we're gonna do that 10 times. Okay, so for the PEC Fan exercise, you wanna make sure first of all that the cable is lined up to about shoulder height when you're doing the exercise. But as far as what this exercise is doing, it's forcing you to go into extreme range of horizontal adduction. While controlling that, you're going to be going into flexion extension. So it's a very good exercise for the upper body, for the chest, and also, strangely enough, interestingly enough, it works a lot the forearm. So if you want to get that component while going into these different ranges, it's a very good way to hit that. All right, so the next exercise we have is the tall kneeling ball compressed plank. So So how to perform this exercise, you're gonna be in this kneeling position like so. You're gonna take a Swiss ball and you're going to kind of squeeze the glutes to tuck the pelvis forward so you engage the abs. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna keep your whole body up straight and you're gonna apply a compression force with your palms down to the ball, and I'm gonna hold this position. So depending on how difficult it is for the athlete, you're gonna really try to compress that into the ground, and you're gonna hold that anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. All right guys, so for this exercise, the really cool thing about it is it's good for someone that doesn't find this very good core activation when doing a plank. So think of the people that do a plank and they feel it a lot more in their shoulders versus the core. So this kind of eliminates that. The other good thing for it is when you're working with someone like prehab or rehab for like back injuries, hip injuries, anything where you need to really work on that core stabilization, this is a great exercise to integrate into your exercise routine. The other thing I quickly wanted to add about this exercise is a couple progressions that you can do for it. So if you find that this kind of straight version is a little bit too easy and you want to try something different, you can do the unilateral version of like just pressing into it and again keeping everything straight but just working that kind of side obliques, all of the muscles along the side there. And then if you want to take it even further to the next level, what you can do is add a rotational element where this side is maybe pressing 85% and then the other side is pressing maybe 15%. So it looks something like this, and I'm pressing and I'm really getting that rotational aspect as well as the unilateral aspect, so it's working my whole core.
The sweater's coming off. Why? Oh. Why are you taking off the sweater?
Exercise, we gotta take it to the next level. Oh. The toughest for last. You know what they say? It's usually the best for last, but in our gym, it's the toughest for last.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. So, touch. And left. Touch. All right, guys, so the last exercise that we have here is the... what is it called?
Derek?
It's
Derek doesn't even know this guy.
maybe ball touchdowns, plank ball touchdowns with opposite hand touch. Opposite hand taps.
What do you, does that sound good?
I don't know. So about like a shoulder tap ball touchdowns? Like,
yeah.
Shoulder tap ball touchdowns? Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last exercise we have for you guys is the plank shoulder tap touchdown. So to do this exercise, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into push-up position on the Swiss ball. I'm gonna try to explain it and do it at the same time because it's a very difficult exercise. But basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna stabilize like this on your feet. You're gonna touch your shoulder with one arm like so. And then with the opposite foot, you're gonna touch down. Then you're gonna go on the other side, touch, and you're gonna touch down. And you're gonna do that 10 times on each side, depending on how difficult you find the exercise.
Basically had a full workout again. Wasn't even trying to. It's supposed to be a demonstration video, it's still dead.
That's it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It was a crazy, I feel like it was a really unique video showing you guys a little bit of everything there from an athletic therapy kind of headspace, what kind of cool exercises that I think about, what cool things that we can try to integrate in our workouts, whether it's athletes, general population, whoever it may be. So if you want to see anything similar to this in the future, please let me know, guys. But if not, that's it for now. Peace.